What's up, new style? What's going on? Okay. Uninspired man Bahb Hope. Uninspired man Bahb Hope, y'all. 2020. So we got about 27 days. I think it's about 27 days to go until the election. Alright? We gotta make sure we get rid of DT. Now, my friend brought to my attention this video. It kind of went viral. I guess like 18 million people saw it. Those could all be red caps, you know. But anyway, it's a black dude. Got a little tattoo on his neck. Got a beard. He says he's recruiting people to vote. Bumps into a friend. He asks him who he's voting for. Black guy says he's voting for JB. The guy with the tattoo had a, you know, he couldn't understand it. He said, man, nah, man, you need to be voting for DT. So this guy is one of them black Republicans that it ain't but about 10 of them. You know, if you put them all together, count them on two hands, it ain't but about 10 of them anyway. But this guy, he went to convincing this guy that he should vote for DT. And everything he said, my point is, everything he said was basically a lie. Everything he said was not true, you guys. Alright? So I got everything here. First of all, he said that this crime bill, now I want to get this straight right now. This crime bill was a public outcry. Everyone's saying JB wrote a crime bill. He put people in jail. It was JB and it was Orrin Hatch too, by the way. He didn't just write it by himself. There was another guy, Orrin Hatch, he gets credit. Still Clinton was the president. So, I mean, you know, they're trying to say that he locked up a bunch of black people. They still had to break the law to get locked up. So that really doesn't hold water. But it was a public outcry. Everybody was demanding that something would be done. And they did something. It really wasn't about just black people, or it did say gang-related issues, but we're putting like 100,000 police on the street. You know, they put 8.7 billion funding for prisons and funding for prevention programs. 6 billion. Yeah, it was sponsored by police officers. They helped write the bill. So you know, that crime bill gets a lot of he gets negativity, but we weren't used to that stuff back then. That's when drive-bys first started and kids were getting shot by accident. Now we hear about it so much that we've come to, you know, it's become, I'm not going to say acceptable, but we hear about it a lot more. He had this other thing about, oh yeah, he said JB said that if you're black, you gotta vote for me or something. Well, he was on the radio, Breakfast Club, and they said, hey man, we got a couple more questions for you. And then JB was like, got some more questions? And I tell you what, if you can't tell the difference between DT and voting for DT versus voting for me, JB, that's who he was speaking. He said, well then you ain't black. That's the way he put it. But the way the guy with the tattoo presented, he made it seem like JB is supposed to be some sort of a racist that we haven't been able to figure out yet. Here we go. He says something about his kids or something not being in a jungle. Basically, he was talking about wanting to ensure that we do have orderly integration of society. Adding he was not just talking about education, but all of society. JB said, unless we do something about this, my children are going to grow up in a jungle. The jungle being a racial jungle, with tensions having built so high that it is going to explode at some point. We have got to make some move on this. So I don't know, that just doesn't scream racist to me. So the presentation, the guy, he can get an Oscar. He was convincing, but none of this holds water. In August 2019, they got JB speaking on education, hosted by an Asian and Latino coalition in Des Moines. He made a remark he had to recover from. Let's see. We should challenge students in these schools, JB said. We have this notion that somehow, if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. How is that racist? Now, they said he pulled it back, but I mean, so what? I mean, he then added, wealthy kids, black kids, Asian kids. So, that really, I don't know about that one. That doesn't mean he's a racist. Okay. We talked about, he talked about Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris, okay? I'm not sure how to properly pronounce it. I'll work on that. Anyway, she was a prosecutor for 27 years or something, enforcing laws, that sent African Americans to prison. Now, again, this people going, this jail association with black people. I'm tired of everybody saying, what has DT done for black people? Oh, he got everybody out of jail. He didn't get, Roger Stone ain't black. Why did everybody, the first thing they'll say is, he got all those people out of jail. That's really not a good image. So they'll stop saying that about what he did. Oh, he got him out of jail. That's, oh my goodness. Okay, but anyway, Harris, she gets a lot of credit, but it turns out she didn't play a role in passing the laws, okay? All she did was enforce the laws. So now, there's another thing the guy said that he wasn't talking, he didn't call them rapists. He was talking about MS-16 or something. This is the exact quote. When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people. Okay, that's what Trump said, June 2015. All right? Here we go. Let me see, what is this? Oh! No, I'm going to tell y'all right now. This is the biggest lie he told. Oh, man. And he said it's never happened before. The first time. And DT is wonderful what he did for black people. DT gave money to the HBCUs. It's never been done before. That is a bald-faced lie. Anybody tell you that, they lying. They don't know what they're talking about. Either way, they should be quiet either way. So this is the deal. It was basically a restoration or an extension. It was already in place. So the bill restores $255 million in annual funding that lapsed September 30th after Congress failed to renew it. Facing an end to the funding, some schools had started planning for deep cuts, with some telling staff their jobs or programs will be eliminated. The bill authorizes $85 million. Now it was a total of $255, you guys. $85 million a year for HBCUs, along with $100 million for Hispanic serving institutions, $30 million for tribal schools and 40 million for a variety of other minority serving institutions. So this was already in place. It wasn't just for HBCUs, it was for everybody basically, which is what government is supposed to do, by the way, in case y'all didn't know that. Okay. Now here's another thing he said about, so that was a lie. He didn't know what he was talking about. They try to act like DT does something that was already going on. Kind of like him, how DT tries to steal credit for BHO's economy. He didn't do anything to help the economy. They got that GDP one time, it was 4% or something because of soybeans. That's another story. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, they tried to say that JB was hanging out with the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. This guy's name was, what was his name? Byrd. I think he was a senator or something. Now that's partly false. Okay, he did hang out with him. He was never a Grand Wizard though, but he did try to start up a chapter. This guy named Byrd, he tried to start a chapter of the KKK. And it worked out, but what happened was he found God. And he had a come to Jesus moment. And he left the Ku Klux Klan alone. He denounced them. He stayed away from them. Changed his life. He got his act together. So when he died, JB, he did speak at his eulogy. Because, it's kind of like a person can make a mistake, but if they change, then maybe they do deserve forgiveness. Okay? And guess who else spoke at the eulogy? BHO. He spoke at the eulogy also. I know they'll have a field day with that. Let me see. One thing, JB, he doesn't really get the credit. I guess he does get the credit for being someone that can cross over the aisle. You always hear them say that. So, it's that's good. Let me see. Yep, that's basically it. Here he goes talking about DT. What billionaire does this? What billionaire? Blah blah blah. Well, this was obviously before the revelation of DT's taxes, where we find out that DT was probably a broken bum, and we all know that his kids are making money off the presidency. Javanka, his properties, they make money off of his administration. So he's probably making tens, hundreds times more than he gave up his salary. Man, be quiet. That's peanuts compared to the money he's stolen. So DT was not a billionaire. So everyone, he told you he was a billionaire, and all these red caps, they believe everything that DT says. Okay. He said that the black people started the Republican Party. Well, the Republican Party emerged in 1854 to combat the Kansas-Nebraska Act and the expansion of slavery into American territories. The early Republican Party consisted of Northern Protestants, factory workers, professionals, businessmen, prosperous farmers, and after 1896, former black slaves. So there was a gap there. I'm surprised that black people were doing a lot of anything that was significant back then. He mentioned LBJ making some comment about the N-word. Well, so does Jay-Z. I mean, everybody uses the N-word now in rap music. It's been so watered down now. But LBJ is not on the ballot. He talked about Herc, Hillary Clinton, HRC. He talked about her saying super predator. Herc is not on the ballot. I think that's about it. I can't remember anything. Am I missing something? Let me see. He took advantage. The guy with the tattoo, he's one of these fake, so-called patriotic black Republicans. He cornered the guy. The guy seemed to be a little lost. And he said, so you're going to vote for DT? He was trying to make him vote for DT. And DT, the red caps, they're racist. You want black people to vote for racism. So when these guys and these Candace Owens and these, zirconium and polyester, diamond and silk, or whatever their name is, Kanye, Ice Cube, he kind of straightened his act out. He ain't talking as crazy anymore. When they try to get you to not vote, and then you hear people talking about a plantation, or you hear people talking about what have they done for you lately and all that Janet Jackson stuff. I love you, Janet, by the way. But those are the people you see them coming, you cross the street, and like, don't let them see you. They might not recognize you, man. But stay away from them folk, because everything they're saying, they're just saying it so fast. Especially Candace Owens, you can't really understand what she ever says. But they say it so fast, they're trying to pull a fast game on us. So I want to get out of here. I don't want to be up here all day. I'll see y'all tomorrow. But don't fall for the okie doke, man. Okay? Black people, vote Democrat. Latino people, vote Democratic. Stop voting for Republicans, man. They're dangerous. That's not all about abortion, okay? It's not. Just because there's a Democrat in the White House, it doesn't mean that you're going to run out and go get an abortion every day. People have gotten fanatical. So, this is Honest Fireman Bahb Hope. I'm going to head on out, y'all. I gotta bust a move, so thanks for watching.